작은 가방. 작은 가방. What does this phrase mean? If you notice, the word in red letter is 작은. Because today, on One Korean Word a Day here at Dae-Hangul, we're going to study about the word 작은. Let's start. Learn Korean one word at a time only here at Dae-Hangul. Word number 242. 작은. 작은. This is pronounced as a two-syllable word. The first syllable is 작, second syllable is 은. Pronounce it with me. 작은. 작은. The Korean word 작은 is an adjective which means small. Again, 작은 is an adjective which means small. How do we write 작은 in Hangul? Let's start with the first syllable 작. To be able to write the syllable 작 in Hangul, we need to draw first a jiat character followed by an al character followed by a giat character. For the second syllable 은, we need to draw first a no sound iyang followed by the u character followed by the neon character. And then we just have to combine the Hangul for each of these two syllables to form the Hangul of the word 작은. Again, that's 작 plus 은, 작은. Now let's try to look into this example English phrase. It says small bag. Again, small bag. The Korean translation of this is 작은 가방. Again, 작은 가방. The first part of the phrase is 작은, which is our word for today, and we already know that it means small. The second part of the phrase is 가방. This is a word that is already discussed on this channel, and it means bag. So when we say 작은 가방, it means small bag. Again, 작은 is small, 가방 is bag. 작은 가방 is small bag. And by the way, 작은 comes from the unconjugated adjective 작다, which means to be small. Again, 작다 is the unconjugated adjective and 작은 is the conjugated version of 작다. If you could remember, the previous word discussed on this channel is 큰, and it also has an unconjugated version which is 크다. And for the same reason, there are times wherein we would need to conjugate 작다 into 작은.
Because in a sense, 작다 and 작은 have different meanings. 작다 means to be small, and 작은 means small.
So, how do we conjugate 작다 to make it 작은? This is the same method presented on our previous video, and the first step is to remove the from the root adjective, and then we would need to add nian or the syllable un depending on the ending of the remaining word. And then we just need to use it with other words to form phrases or sentences. So let's apply the steps to conjugate 작다 and to make 작은. So as mentioned, the root adjective is 작다, which means to be small. And then the first step is to remove da from 작다. And so we are left with 작. And then we just need to add nian or the un syllable depending on the ending of the remaining word. And since the ending letter of the remaining word is a consonant, which is G, we would need to add the un syllable. If we will compare this to the previous word, which is 큰, we just added the nian character because the remaining word has a vowel ending. But for this case, since the remaining word has a consonant ending, we would need to add the syllable un. So, 작 plus un is 작은. And this word directly means small. 작다 means to be small, while 작은 is a readily usable adjective, small. Since 작은 is already conjugated, we can already use it with the other words. Just like what we did on the example, which is 작은 가방, which means small bag. Again, 작은 is already a usable adjective, so we just need to add the noun 가방, which means bag. So, 작은 is trying to describe that the bag is small. And by the way, we just need to take note that on the second step, wherein we are going to add the nian or the n syllable, this is different from adding the nun or the un suffix to words when we are trying to indicate that this is the subject. So please don't be confused on the conjugation of adjective to addition of un or nun to make a word a subject. Just a quick rundown. We started with chakta, we removed da, we're left with chak, and we added un to create jagun. And with that, you've just learned jagun. Now let's proceed to the previous 10 words recap. As of now, the previous 10 words are words number 232 to 241. But don't forget our word for today, word number 242, jagun. This is an adjective which means small. The first word for our review is word number 241, kun. This is another adjective which means big. Word number 240 is ita, which means to be there, to exist, or to have. Word number 239 is sonyeon, which means boy. Word number 238 is sonya, which means girl. Word number 237 is mal, which means word or speech. Word number 236 is amukoto, which means anything or nothing. Word number 235 is nara, which means country. Word number 234 is toshi, which means city. Word number 233 is 화장실, which means bathroom. Word number 232 is 졸업하다. This is a root verb which means to graduate. And that is the last word for our review. Congrats! Learn Korean one word at a time only here at Dae-Hangul. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Korean words.